Change, be better, earn rewards, more sustainable choices. Brian Ortega, 33, Diego Lopes, 29. Lopes taller by 3 inches. He will try to maximize what is a 3.5-inch advantage in reach. All right, now for the introductions. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by True Classic Clothing that helps you look and feel your best. Head over to True Classics Instagram and comment Noche UFC to get free store credit tonight only. And now, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 25 wins, 6 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Puebla, Mexico, by way of Manaus, Amazonas, Brazil, Diego Lopes! And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 16 wins, 3 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, presenting the number 3 ranked UFC featherweight contender in the world, Brian Ortega! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Final assignment of the night for one of the best referees in the business, Mark Goddard. The beautiful Ariadna getting a start for round 1 of a possible 3 in the UFC featherweight division. Currently reigned by one Ilia Topuria. All right, here we go. Number 3 versus number 12 in the featherweight division. Brian Ortega in black, Diego Lopes in green. I'm anxious. Ortega cut down from 178 to 153 back in June, was unable to healthily. Oh! Huge early connection by Lopes!
My goodness! That was so quick.
Oh! Ortega goes down again!
Ortega's in big, big trouble. Lopes needs to give him space.
Oh, and now Lopes going to the ground.
Lopes should give him space. That was a nasty combination by Diego Lopes. Brian Ortega's still in big trouble.
Oh, big ground strikes from Lopes getting through.
Ortega looking for the triangle, excuse me. Oh! And the T-City does stand for triangle.
Oh!
One of the best triangles in the game, but Lopes is raining down bombs on. He's trying it again.
Lopes told us in our fighter meeting, I'm not afraid of his jiu-jitsu. Most of my featherweight contemporaries are.
T-City's busted open bad.
Yeah, nasty cut, that left eye.
If I'm Lopes. Yeah, you're letting him stand. Sorry, John. If I'm Lopes, I'm letting him go. It sounds like Lopes wants to submit him. He wants to prove a point. He's a second-degree black belt himself. And to submit Brian Ortega would be a huge feather in his cap.
Huge ground strikes for Ortega.
Look at
to absorb.
But every moment on the ground gives Ortega a chance to recover.
Sure.
He was hurt so badly in that first opening exchange. Look at that up kick.
Diego Lopes in no rush to welcome Ortega back to his feet.
Yes, sir. He's got to be careful of those up kicks.
Both men credentialed Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. Diego Lopes is the head Jiu-Jitsu coach for Lobo MMA.
He's gonna let him up.
Sage decision, perhaps, by Diego Lopes. Just over 2 minutes to go here in round one.
Ortega's busted up.
Ortega's got to find a way to survive. He should not take many risks. He should take his time.
Oh, nice job by Ortega connecting and following up with a jab. Well, Brian Ortega is nothing if not durable and still hanging around despite the great start for Lopes.
Good jab by Ortega.
Oh, nice right hand.
Nice hook behind it as well.
Ortega working his way back into this fight.
Lopes is just so dangerous on the feet.
All right, this coach's cam is brought to you by Cuervo Tequila. We head into the corner of Brian Ortega, Henry Gracie, Tiki Gojin, Paul Herrera.
He's breathing hard, Brian. Yes. Corner it. You got to stay long, baby. Other side. Walk him like zombie. Yes. There you go.
At times throughout Ortega's career, he has been somewhat a king of a comeback, right? I mean, even the Yair Rodriguez fight, his last win, he had to rally. Twisted his ankle before the fight even began.
Well, he's a tough guy, and he'll never give up on himself. But it'll be on Diego Lopes to continue to press him and make him work, because the longer Brian can find confidence with these jabs and having success with his striking, the more it'll build and the harder the fight will get for him.
Now imagine what would happen if Diego Lopes loses this fight because he didn't hit the gas in the first round,
right.
and he went to the ground with him,
right.
just to prove a point.
Look at that right hand over the top, left hook hurts Ortega bad. Look at that right hand. Now look at the left hook, Joe. Boom, right there on the forehead. That might be worse than anything besides getting hit behind the ear, because it messes with your brain and your equilibrium.
Listen, it's the same thing. He's going to try to kick a little more. Okay, this is how you feeling about this? Like what you have to do is you have to kick him more to get him out of the way. Look, and then also combos 1, 2, 3 all the time.
Exit at an angle. I cannot stay in front of him. Okay, that's where he's tagging you. Let's go. Okay.
Brian, it's a 3-round fight. Let's go.
Come on.
Let's go, Brian.
The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyright work is illegal and punishable under law. So Brian Ortega, fellas, has the largest and third largest statistical comeback finishes in featherweight history. Will need to rally tonight if he is going to secure the victory. Round 2 is underway.
Diego Lopes is over here weakening in between rounds.
Right.
Seems to be so comfortable inside of this high-level fight, the toughest fight of his career. At least on paper it is.
But meanwhile, very questionable decision going to the ground that first round.
Right.
If you're just trying to win the fight, that's not what you do. He did that to prove a point.
Right. Ooh. Another nice, heavy connection by Lopes.
And that's where you question him going to the ground, because on the feet, he's faster, and he seems to be able to find his strikes against Ortega. And when he had him hurt, maybe he was one shot away from finishing the fight.
Right. Well, step into Sphere yourself right after tonight's historic event in EA Sports UFC 5.
Ortega just landed a good right hand. And here's the thing, if this fight continues to go on, Ortega has very good hands. And if Lopes is slowing down because of all the energy he burned off in the first round, taking the fight to the ground, trying to finish him on the ground, he seems a little slower right now than he did at the beginning of the first.
Lopes is doing a good job throwing those outside leg kicks. He's landed about 2 real good ones. Ortega enters on a single leg.
All right, just about 3.5 minutes here to go round 2. Dean Thomas, what do you have?
So at the end of that round, I could hear Ortega's corner tell him Lopes is breathing hard.
Yeah.
That is a sign for Ortega to put the gas on. He's got to start turning up and make Ortega work he's got to make Lopes work, because when Lopes punches, he tightens up. That's why his strikes are so strong, because he throws them so heavy. So if I'm Ortega, I'm putting the gas on him, see if I can't get him a little bit more tired, slow him down, because all he needs to do is get him to slow him down just a little bit for Ortega to hit a submission.
Yeah, I did notice some heavy breathing from Diego Lopes at the end of round 1. Nice pickup there, Dean Thomas.
But he hit the gas when they went to the ground.
Our fighter meeting centered almost entirely around him trying to finish this fight, winning in convincing fashion. He didn't necessarily talk about chasing a submission, but seems like he has really prioritized a finish, and it's not materialized just yet.
He's doing a good job with the calf kick, though, this round. He's landed about 3 of them that were really good and effective.
Another thing to take into consideration is how much weight Lopes cuts and how much of an effect that has on his cardio if the fight keeps going.
There is now a huge welt on the back leg, left shin of Brian Ortega.
Yeah. This round, Lopes has landed about 3 really nice leg kicks.
Oh! Ortega ate that head kick well.
Ortega looks good on the feet, though.
He does.
He looks more loose and fluid. Yeah, look what Dean said. Look at how Lopes tightens up when he throws every shot. Every shot is trying to take your head off. Whereas Ortega's just popping.
There it is.
Oh, nice low kick. Oh,
yep,
he's hurt.
One. Yep, that one hurt his bad. That leg kick, man, early in the round, you can see it starting to take an effect.
Yeah, there's a nasty welt on that left leg.
So now, even if Brian's checking him, it's still going to be painful. He's going to have to switch to southpaw and stay there to protect that lead leg.
There goes another one.
Ortega flirted with a stance switch there. Good right hand connection there by Ortega. Coming up on a minute to go, round 2.
Good movement there by Ortega. Good angle. Oh, again,
yeah,
low kick.
You see Ortega trying to commit now. He's trying to commit to his shots. The only thing is that first combination, and every single time he enters, Diego throws the right hand, left hook. It's making him hesitate just a little bit as he gets close. He needs to go all the way in, because the more he hesitates, the more he's in that in-between range where Diego Lopes can land his punches.
Lopes keeps touching his neck in that Adam's apple area. I'm not sure why. Ortega doing a nice job not biting on the myriad feints of Lopes.
Much better round for Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Jab for T-City gets through. 10 minutes down.
Yeah. Into that. Where's that water?
Sit down.
Who's got the water?
There's water right here. You breathe.
Breathe. Yeah, he's got it.
I got mouthpiece.
All right. Okay, look.
Who's got it? No, he's got it.
We're down. We need this round. We need to finish. You got to finish this kid. Okay?
We're down 2 steps.
So put him on his back and see what he can do.
You know what I mean?
Early. But the 1-2s, you're landing on him. Your jab is landing great, but you keep admiring your work and you're waiting. So work behind it. Go again. But don't go again without being hot.
Right here you see another great right hand. Left hook lands by Lopes. Lopes lands a beautiful high kick when Brian Ortega went southpaw. And then the outside kicks were the story of the round. And Diego Lopes fought well once again. All right, guys, check out our MMA show, Good Guy, Bad Guy, with me and Chael Sonnen. You can watch us on YouTube, ESPN2, ESPN Plus, and listen wherever you get your podcasts. Every Monday and Thursday, Chael and I go back and forth. You don't want to miss it.
All right, a lot of fight fans pine for this one to be 5 rounds. It is 3. Final 5 minutes, yours now.
mean, look at the swelling on the front leg of Brian Ortega.
He just planted on that leg and it buckled on him, but the swelling is insane. And he's flirted with the southpaw change a couple of times, but he just does not like fighting out of that stance.
Right.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, Lopes just touching that lead leg of Ortega.
What Lopes does so well is he throws with his hands and he gets close. And then you get to thinking, okay, we're boxing. And he just touches that low calf. I mean, this guy's the jiu-jitsu coach at his gym. And his hands look as good as anybody. And Ortega's hands look good.
Tonight's social media posts are brought to you by Dude Wipes. Don't grapple with toilet paper. Put Dude Wipes in your corner. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. Nice sequence there by Diego Lopes. Tiki Gojin calling for Ortega to work off of that jab, but they want him to take this fight to the ground. Easier said than done. Nice exchange there in the pocket. Ortega's hands look fast. Nice right hand by Lopes. Keeps touching that neck. Perhaps I'm unnecessarily leaning into it.
Good hands by Ortega. Looks very fluid. Nice jab.
They told Ortega in the between rounds he needs a finish. He's trying his best to try to do that. But look at the willingness of Lopes to stay in this type of fight, knowing, or at least he has a good idea that he's up 2-0.
Right hand over the top for Lopes. Nice entry. That's slick, man.
Beautiful entry there by Ortega. Nice takedown defense, man.
Ortega mentally, focus-wise, very much in this fight. Just over 2 minutes to go.
Who would have ever thought after that opening exchange this fight would be going like this in the third round?
No one. But again, that's just the toughness of Brian Ortega. You know, we have seen hard on display tonight by so many of these great athletes. They find themselves in very difficult situations and they keep fighting. Diego Lopes is winning this fight, but Brian Ortega is still fighting tough. Diego just hurt him there.
Yeah, that was a punch. Now Lopes working partially off the back of Ortega. 90 seconds to go.
You know, from the moment this young man got into the octagon, his first few fights, you knew that he had something.
Yeah.
And he just continues to improve and evolve.
We isolated that punch there that beautifully landed on Ortega. It is crazy to think about Diego Lopes, though, competing on the season premiere of Season 5 of Dana White's Contender Series, loses to Joe Anderson Brito, then lost his next fight too, and now look at him, one of the best featherweights in the world.
But I think that speaks to the level of competition on the Contender Series, and then he took that fight on short notice against Mozart.
Right.
And while it didn't go his way, he got experience that when he was in there with Gavin Tucker and Pat Sabatini, those aren't those guys that he even fought in the Contender Series, right? So he just continues to get better.
And almost submitted Mozart.
Yeah. And just confidence, man, that comes from being in those types of fights. Then you realize, I've had time. I'm more prepared. I'm better than I was even then.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I be competing?
Oh, he stole him. Left hand for Lopes.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this kid.
Chasing a finish in the waning seconds. Now trying to get on the back of Ortega.
What an exchange.
Oh! What a fight! What a fight, Diego Lopes.
What a fight.
And Brian Ortega finished strong. Dana White just said to Lopes, you're number 3 now. Diego Lopes will be in the top 3 come Monday morning. In all likelihood, Brian T-City Ortega at his game best as usual. But in all likelihood, lost all 3 rounds here as Diego Lopes will move from 12 near the top of the division. So the finish for Diego Lopes nearly materialized in round 1. DC's trying to talk
right
to
here
a replay.
You see a beautiful overhand right-left hook by Diego Lopes, who's over here talking to us, talking to Sean Shelby. Some great ground and pound here by Lopes. Then another right hand over the top with a left hook that follows. That was the combination that he landed on a number of occasions. High kick lands for Lopes. The outside calf kick was one of his best weapons of the entire fight. 3rd round. Both of these guys going at it. Another combination for Lopes. Look at that big left hook right here. Lands on the eye of Brian Ortega. He thought he got poked, but it was a punch by Diego Lopes. He hurts him bad here, drops Ortega. I mean, Diego Lopes is an absolute savage. Brian Ortega showed well, but boy.
UFC 306 and Riyadh Season Noche UFC is presented by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of UFC. We talk about that fight against Movsar Evloev at UFC 288, effectively changing his life forever, became a fan favorite overnight, and now staring down the barrel at 5 straight featherweight wins. All right, official decision is in. It's brought to you by Hart Tools, with over 800 quality tools to maintain your home, yard, and car, available at Walmart. Bruce Buffer, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 30-26, 30-27, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision,